This is a review of Survivor Season 50, Episode 7. That's not how I play Survivor. Welcome to the Dillberry Network. I'm your host, Dylan, here for another recap review of Survivor Season 50. Joining me, as always, repping a merge buff from Survivor 50, Richie Becerra. Welcome back to the Dillberry Network. Tell us, is this a new, did you just get this? Like, this is the first time I've seen this buff?
Yeah, I mean, I got home today from I went to the grocery store, got home, Buff was at the front door. I was like, I gotta wear it for the pod tonight. So
Dang. Do you think that's how you would wear your buff if you were out there? You think you'd be armband guy, wearing it long?
I feel like you gotta mix it up.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. Like I think I would be like an everyday. I'd wear it a different way.
Yeah.
Maybe put it around the leg one day. Who knows?
Hey, a little leg sleeve. What if they made like tight leg sleeves that were Survivor buffs?
Hey,
That's an idea. Kind of like Supreme, but it's
shooting sleeve.
Survivor. Yeah, shooting sleeve. Dude, yeah, I feel like people have done. Yeah, definitely. I've definitely seen
Hey, hear
dudes.
me out. Hear me out. UFC trunks.
That's hilarious. That's a good collab. I feel like we've literally seen that collab happen. So why not? I mean, I guess Max Holloway probably has the closest. He's got the Hawaiian
Sugar Sean.
sugar shot. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, no, that's a shout out. I only have I think I have the winners at War Buff and just a blank orange one. But that's solid. We are going to recap the entire episode 7 of Survivor season 50, and we're going to rename the episode because honestly, I don't think that's that great of a name. We're going to do a Survivor press conference if we could ask Jeff, or a castaway. One question after this episode, what would it be? We'll talk about whose Survivor stock's up, whose Survivor stock is down, and we'll try to predict who goes home because we both struck out. I believe here. None of us had this prediction except for one Shea Real, which I don't know if we want to just clear the air here. There's some spoilers. I've been spoiled 3 times this season. One because of Reddit, one because of a Kalshi screenshot, and then another Kalshi screenshot. Richie, what do you think of state of affairs of spoilers and Survivor? Does it belong in the game?
No,
What's your official stance?
The official stance is there's no room for it, especially when you know your boys are big into it. They do a podcast every week about it. You don't spoil something that means so much to them that they take time out of their week to do a podcast. You don't spoil something like that. And even if you don't know what the screenshot is talking about, its predictions, all that bull crap, predictions are right a lot of the times. And even though this one wasn't 100% right, the person who went home was on that screenshot, and so I did not like that.
Yeah, a bit of group chat drama. Screenshots have been sent. I mean, the Mike White one I remember was sent by Cody, which been on the network plenty of times, and then Shay this week. And yeah, I've said what I've said. I'm trying to move past it. I don't watch any other shows. I that's one criticism I get a lot is why do you only watch Survivor? I'm like, because I love it and it is my life. And yeah, obviously the prediction market thing is crazy anyway, that's legal. I just want to say that just because like there are like probably hundreds of people who know the outcome
Sure.
of this, of what happens out there. And the fact that you can make money on that, which you would have made money on Dee if you would have taken her. So I do think
CBS's NDAs are not very tight. Let's just say.
yeah, man, it's out there. All right, let's get into the episode. Episode 7, packed episode, really highly rated episode as well. We come back from the blood moon, and all the tribes get back. They kind of slowly realize who's been out. Aubrey gets backlash for not playing her idol. She says that she forgot. And then Jonathan's already fired up over Dee, even though that was kind of 2 votes ago. What would you make of kind of these moments coming back from the blood moon, the fallout, Rizzo and Ozzy showing up too?
I mean, Aubrey's such a calculated player, and I just did not see her making that kind of mistake. Like, own up to it and say, like, I knew that the votes were going this way. I just wanted to keep it for one more round. I think he would have gained a lot more respect that way. It's just she's just too calculated of a player to make a mistake like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I mean, she does make up for it. I kind of didn't understand the point of it, especially like if it is a Billie Eilish Boomerang idol. I know that's their ally, but like they're just not even. No one's really making moves to make their boomerangs work. However, I mean, Genevieve was the one that had sent to Rizzo and Ozzy, so those don't matter anyway.
Yeah.
And then in the morning, we see Dee and Jonathan go at it here, and I was just talking to Rome and the guys on his podcast about this moment because it's like this felt like reality TV. Like when I'm watching when I'm watching Survivor a lot, I feel like I'm just like this is a great show. But like when these two were like kind of fighting and yelling at each other and they were like leaning into the drama of it and everyone at camp rushing over, and even Jonathan saying something like rage baiting on Survivor, like hearing that like on a network television screen is kind of funny. What do you make of this little blow up? Because I mean, and Jonathan clearly won it too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think he did, and I hate to say that because we're obviously a D positive podcast, and we're not huge on Jonathan, but
We
he
got B,
definitely did
we
win
got
it.
we got BDE, BDE.
He got out of her exactly what he wanted to, and I hated that he got to say that in the confessional, and that he was right about it too. Um, yeah, it was tough for her.
Yeah, she was like, because it was funny. Like, I watched it a second time, and there's a moment where, she walks up and is like, hey, should we talk? Like, should we talk? And he goes, like, yeah,
Mhm.
let's do it. But actually, she walks up and says, like, you little bleep head. We don't know what the bleep was.
Mhm.
And then, yeah, he just totally turns it on, turns it against her. And yeah, he was right, too, because the Charlie vote was a big one where he was blindsided. And so he had ammunition against her.
The thing I was waiting for her to bring up though was Coach lying straight to Emily's face
Yeah, true.
about, yeah, I don't know why, or whoever he lied to. I don't know why he didn't bring that up, or she didn't bring that up.
Yeah, that Dee and Emily alliance was really not in this episode at all. The fact, I mean,
Yeah.
even Emily has a huge moment where she tells Rizzo about Dee giving away the idol, which like kind of happens in this stretch here where like,
Mhm.
Rizzo's trying to figure out how people know about his idol. Emily clearly just says it's Dee, throws her under the bus, which like she just got a pat on the back for not being the one who threw under the
Mhm.
bus to Coach. So that was kind of an insane dynamic there with like what's going on with Emily. Because ultimately this is a part of the episode where like Rizzo is cooking and like Coach
Mhm.
invites him to the Horsemen, Cerise Wizard of Oz,
That was awesome.
and like it's just insane. And I heard the guys say too that people are saying this is like Rizzo's like Make a Wish season. Because it is insane. In one episode, he gets Dee to apologize to him.
Mhm.
He gets Sari to give away free information, and he calms down Coach all in one episode. Like that's insane. And he's like a dude from 49 who did not have a great game,
Mhm.
sat on an idol and depended on that. And suddenly you're like, dude, this guy's making like all the moves with all the legends.
Mhm. Yeah.
Is it like, how are you feeling about Rizzo and all those moves he was making?
Oh, I mean, he definitely has become a better Survivor player in my eyes, and I think it goes to show that maybe had he been playing with better players last season, I think last season kind of gets talked about not having great Survivor players on it. Maybe he would have been able to do this kind of stuff as well last season. I mean, he's doing it right now with some of the best to ever do it, so props to him for sure.
Yeah. Right after this, we get Stephenie going out on a journey. They all do the, let's pick someone's shot in the
Hmm.
dark. And Stephenie goes, it's kind of a long montage, but it's holding her arm up in the air for an
Hmm.
hour. Really cool flashbacks. They're doing a
Hmm.
great job with flashbacks this season, showing Stephenie and how she was. As a player at a young age to now, she had shoulder injuries. If she did have a dislocated shoulder and shoulder surgery, I mean, her left is like still the better option, right? Even though she's right dominant. Is that still right, doctor?
It just depends on like her recovery and rehab and how she's feeling. I mean, this far out from it, you would think she'd be probably 100% fine, but it probably was just leaving that little bit of a doubt in the back of her mind, like, hey, maybe this arm can do it. And this challenge is honestly more mental than anything, anyways.
True.
So she went with the arm she felt most comfortable with, and I think at the end of the day, that comes down to more a mental than a physical aspect.
Yeah, and her right arm she was able to use more as a
Mm-hmm.
support. Like that was a little bit of a cheat code to let her do the like arm over, like hold her other arm, because that's like a big support. But of course, I mean, holding that
Mm-hmm.
for an hour is still no easy thing. She ends up getting a steal a vote, fights off the chance to lose her vote. And she comes back and tells lies. Sari is the one that catches her when I think they probably have lots of confessionals saying they don't believe her. So I don't think she did that great of a job.
Yeah, I
Um,
would have liked to see who else like believed and didn't believe right away.
Yeah, then that's kind of a really it goes to show how hard it is to edit Survivor 50
Hmm.
because there are 17 people and there are
Yeah.
probably 16 really good perspectives and they only pick like the best one or the best of the three or whatever. And whatever moves the story along because ultimately this goes to Suri. Suri finds out and then yeah, I think does she turn that? Yeah, she turns around right away and tells Rizzo.
Yeah.
He gets more points. Um,
I do give points to Sari for this too because she has now told him that, and if it somehow came back to Rizzo that Stephenie and Sari had talked and Sari knew it and she didn't tell Rizzo, that would have lost a little bit of trust. So I
yeah.
think that was smart on her part too.
Yeah. Um, it's a crazy dynamic, and Rizzo's just been an excellent free agent to all these
Mhm.
legends all season. But we get to the immunity challenge. Rate Richie, rate this out of 5. Immunity challenge, and your reward is Chinese takeouts. Scale 1 to
Oof,
5. You can use decimals if you want, but then we just go out of 10. But just go out of 5.
2.7.
2.7, low. Too
Uh,
fatty. What are you thinking?
too much MSG, bro. You're
Oh.
dehydrated. You're dehydrated out there anyways, and you're gonna eat food loaded in sodium, and it's just gonna dehydrate you even more. No, thank you.
What if they say like it is Panda Express?
I mean, I'm gonna eat it, but
You say, I mean,
I'm not gonna
yeah,
be happy about it.
yeah. I guess like as far, I wouldn't think that that's maybe the healthiest, unless yeah, you were getting the kind of teriyaki chicken or something. Um,
Seed oil free.
I did. That'd be hilarious if you asked Jeff that. And I wonder if you could put that request in too. That's a good press conference question. Yeah, they do a schoolyard pick, which I saw a good thing online. It was
Mhm.
Twitter, Reddit, saying I would have liked less Stephenie, and I would have liked more, or I would have liked to see the schoolyard pick. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm sure that will come out because I feel like every time they have done a schoolyard pick in the past couple seasons or whatever, it comes out on they post it a couple days later. So I am looking forward to that because I would like to see as well how that went down.
But like, I mean, just put it in the cut, man. Like, make it a part of the story. Like, it used to be such a thing.
Yeah, you could have done that in 32 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe some spicy moments too. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Honestly, the teams I've thought came out kind of lopsided. I mean, D, Joe, Ozzy,
Hmm.
Devin, Stephenie, Christian, Emily. I thought that was a
Yeah.
pretty dominant team compared to like anyone who has Rizzo and Suri. I'm like, dude, I don't think I think you're. I mean, there's some of those parts you're okay. Does end up being a pretty cool challenge that comes down to the puzzle. And I thought the big try portion was good, but then we get to the second part where it comes down to individual immunity, pull on the head. I felt bad for Stephenie pretty quickly here
Oh,
just because of the
dog.
shoulder, right? I mean, she just went through this intensive thing, and now it's a. And I wonder if they thought about that too. That like, oh, this stinks for that person, because
Yeah.
no matter who it would have been, they would have been sore with their arms
Hmm.
above their head. Um, and yeah, it's very clear. They made it very clear that like Dee needed to win. And it comes down. Actually, yeah. How do you think you're doing with this one? Like, do you feel pretty confident? I don't like things on
I
the
don't,
top of my head.
yeah, I don't know if I would have liked this one as much. And I mean, you see the people that it ended down to, and it's all the endurance beasts of the season, pretty much.
Yeah,
You got Joe, you got Oz, you got D, you got
yeah,
Hibiki. It's all the ones who are good at that kind of stuff. I don't think I would like this one.
yeah. Yeah, I would not like this one at all. Then it does come down to D, Joe, Ozzy, and then D falls very sadly, and you get this moment where it cuts to Jonathan, and he is,
Hmm.
hyped about that. Joe and then versus Ozzy, which is a pretty awesome matchup. Crazy that we're seeing it, and
Both the people that we picked too, right?
yeah, yeah, that's crazy. And Ozzy falls, or sorry, Joe falls. Ozzy
Hmm.
wins. Um, Ozzy now one win away from Boston. Rob, I ask you, Richie, what was it like seeing Ozzy win in an immunity
Man,
challenge in 2026?
man,
And
that was
and
awesome.
and will he catch Boston Rob? And will he pass Boston Rob? If you saw a future that said plus 300, he'll pass Boston Rob. Are you like
I
what
think I
type
would
of?
sprinkle on that for sure. I think me and you both came in and were like, we don't know how some of these older players are going to fare in these challenges. And I mean, you look at him and Stephenie, and they've gone back to back. Stephenie just won another one on her own. I mean, they've killed this season physically, and it's been incredible to watch because it just brings you back to when you were a little kid watching on the couch when Thursday
Yeah.
night. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's good to see Ozzy win it wearing the necklace.
mhm.
I hope he catches Boston Rob and I hope he beats Boston Rob because I think that'll be a little bit of
Yeah.
like, all right, let me come back. I'm gonna come back to the game of Survivor. I think that'll be the best way to like, that's the best way to draw Boston Rob out is to yeah, take his record and that'll drive him nuts. Love it. After this, we get into scrambling. It's very clear that it's D. In fact, it's all about just when it. I don't know. This stinks. This is a
Hmm.
low tier scrambling when they're just trying to figure out how to split the votes. You know, because usually that means like you're losing. You know, the dealer has a 10.
Hmm.
You're like, oh man, we're in trouble. It's just a matter of how this is gonna go. And yeah, like coach ultimately flips out here. He, you know, is talking about the middle people, which is pretty crazy. And like Rizzo calms him down and is like, Devins is the middle person. What did you make of Coach's blow up and his haikus? Were they better than Zach Brown spearfishing?
I mean, it's just classic coach being hypocritical. I think Emily said it best, or somebody said it like rules for thee and not for me. It's what he does every time he plays the game. He's not an honest, truthful person, but he wants everybody else to be. Um, it's going to come back to bite him, I imagine, at some point in the season. I think that was a big hit on his game.
Yeah. Yeah, the he ultimately does get everyone to fall in line. Like the way the votes come out and the numbers is
Hmm.
pretty insane because what he said came true.
Yeah.
But we get to tribal council and there is talk of a firehouse and hierarchy, and that was a pretty funny moment with Joe talking about the firehouse. Dee tries everything she can. She does a live tribal, whispering to people. Did you think she was turning it around, or did this feel pretty straightforward to you? Because
I
I kind of
before tribal, I thought maybe they were going to get coach out,
right.
but as soon as she kind of started up doing that, and you could see the faces on the people, I was like, yeah, this is all for show.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't good. And then once like I mean, she's smart. She played her shot in the dark.
Hmm.
That's all the only thing she had. And wasn't safe. Aubrey does give up her idol. And yeah, the votes come out 4-7, which is pretty nuts. Everyone fell in line, even though there was a bit of talk of, you know, like who's getting D, who's getting Tiffany. Like, do you
Hmm.
ultimately think that matters? Like, if you're are you having any fuss about who to vote for if you're a part of a group that's split voting and they're
No,
like, hey, you
I
go
don't.
Tiffany. Okay, yeah.
I don't. Yeah, because if you're really with that group and you show 1 second of hesitation, in my head, to me, you're not with us.
Yeah.
You don't trust us. You don't have that faith in us.
Yeah, and I guess maybe it is tough because she is the first jury member, and so it's like,
Hmm.
hey, I don't want to be the one that votes for D because she'll be mad. But I just don't think people play Survivor that way anymore. Like, if you could vote me out, if you blindside me, I'll probably give you the million because like that's impressive. And
I would have loved for Aubrey to have played that on D and just shocked everybody. Just make a play on her own, something that was her move and nobody else's. That would have been amazing.
but I think the Billie Eilish idol it was one you couldn't give away anyway.
Oh, that's true. I forgot
So
about that.
like
Yeah,
yeah, it's tough. Just the game, man. We got these dynamic advantages, and that worked
stupid
out so
idols, man.
well. I guess the fans are the idiots because
Yeah,
we
yeah.
voted for this. I guess. Yeah, of course D goes home. I just was shaking my head thinking about
Mhm.
the prediction market thing. But yeah, this is a D Stan account. We love D Valladares. We got to watch UFC with D pretty much.
Mhm.
Definitely best new era winner. I'm very
Mhm.
impressed with how far she got because I thought she'd be more of a threat. I didn't think she'd
Oh
make
yeah.
it to the jury. Going to be a great first jury member. What are your thoughts on D? If D's
I
listening,
I definitely think that she'll be brought back as well. I think she's very likable. She plays a great game. She has all aspects, probably more so than anybody, like you said, in the new era as well too. I think she's one that Survivor will kind of ride for this next era.
yeah, and I mean, I think obviously she was the last remaining winner, but
Mhm.
Rome said it too. But if a Winners at War 2 comes and she's in
Mhm.
it, she is a scary one.
Mhm.
I think she can outlast.
Oh, I would love to see her and Tony go head to head.
Yeah, dude, Tony, like, yeah, we could that could be a good one. But yeah, D, that's a sad one to go. Let's go into our Survivor press conference. If you had a question for Jeff or a castaway after this episode, what would you ask him, Richie? What do you got? I wrote down
I
three. Sorry, but
Oh wow. My question is for Jeff, and I want to know what would your strategy be coming back from a journey? Because I mean, I think Stephenie's was pretty poor. I would love to know if Jeff would tell the truth, lie, or do a partial truth, partial lie.
all right, Jeff. Yeah, yeah. Let us know. That's a good one. I'm going with one. This is for Jeff. Like, do you think that like those moments when Dee and Jonathan are fighting, do you like those for your show? Because like you like a family show, but also like that's a little trashy TV. Like I felt like a little bit of that. It's still like that happens in Survivor. It has.
Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, I mean, Tony spoke llama to Cass in one of their seasons, and I think
No,
that was way worse than anything that's happened.
Right, but that just hasn't happened in a while, and I
Yeah.
was shocked to see it, and I'm like, oh man, yeah, you just don't see this anymore. But it felt vintage Survivor.
Mhm.
My other question is, let's see, why not show the schoolyard pick? That's
Mhm.
ultimately the reason, and I know they'll probably say cut for time, but I'm like, why do you think it's a priority to not make it work? Because I know if executive producers want to make it work, they'll make it work. So I'd push back if he pushed back. Let's go into stock up and stock down. Which castaway stock is up and which is down? We'll start stock up. You can go ahead.
So 2 weeks ago I went Rizzo. Last week I went Ozzy. I got to complete the poly relationship. This week I went with Sari. Those three
Nice.
are just in such a good position right now. I mean, they know where all the advantages are, and they're the only ones who do. Um, yeah, I mean, I think those other two idols that Ozzy and Rizzo have are kind of going to have to get played out here pretty soon. But she's still going to have that extra vote, which I think will come in handy down the line.
Yeah, I am going to go with Rizzo. I mean, his stock just keeps rising, and
Mhm.
I just think he had a great episode. I think Jonathan and Coach made themselves villains this episode, which
Mhm.
is a cool thing because like I feel like we haven't seen that in a while. But like they were kind of like, ooh, like I didn't like, yeah, like you said, I didn't like seeing Jonathan win that moment.
Mhm.
And like even Coach just being like you don't like it when a dude gets too much power and survive. Even Boston
Yeah.
Rob got arrogant
Mhm.
sometimes and got
Yeah.
villainy where you're like, ooh, I don't like
Mhm.
this guy. I'm not rooting
Yeah.
for him. And yeah, I mean, they can make a good player, but I like when that happens in Survivor. So I'm going Rizzo. But I like from some other people. Stock down, it might be the same person, but who do you got?
Tiffany.
Yeah, Tiffany.
Yeah.
I mean,
Again, like they've kind of forced the edit the last two episodes. You got to think her time is dwindling down.
yeah,
I don't necessarily think she still is going to go home soon, but I don't think she has a win under her belt right now.
yeah. I mean, like the fact that it was technically a unanimous vote.
Mhm.
They were all just on base to split it in a way that worked for the whole team. So yeah, I'm with you. Stock down, losing D. Like, I mean, we're seeing you more, but you're in a place of punching way up, and
Mhm.
it's not great because I think that just big alliance is too strong for Tiff. Let's rename the episode. If you could rename this, I have two options, so I wonder if yeah, we'll see. What do you got?
I also went. This is what Coach said the original, and I also went with something Coach said at the beginning. Instead of a line in the sand, he said a wall in the sand.
A wall in the sand. That's hilarious. I like that. I'm gonna go with I was messy. And this was something Dee said, and honestly, her messiness was her downfall.
Mhm.
I wrote down also "Let's be dangerous." I think that was just a cool phrase. But I think I was messy probably fits the episode better because it was just kind of Dee's really rapid downfall and the rise of some other people too that you're just seeing the power dynamic shift. So I'm gonna go I was messy because yeah, it's too
I
bad.
want to give a shout out as well. This would have made a good one, just too long for something Rizzo said. He told Coach, "We don't slay dragons at camp."
Yes,
That was cold.
that's a great one. Yeah, you could put that on a hat.
I'd wear it.
It's crazy. Yeah, Rizzo's evolution's just nuts. It's like, yeah, I love seeing it. All right, let's try to predict who goes home next week. We've only been right once this season. This is episode 8. We got to get one here.
Yeah.
Means we're 1-14.
Ooh. It's tough with these numbers. It is.
All right,
My prediction for next week is Coach.
coach.
I think he showed himself to be too much of a villain, and I really don't think this episode or D going home was more about him, Coach winning. I think it was more about the Sari Rizzo Ozzy saying, "Hey, we don't trust D."
All right, I like it. I'm going with Tiffany. I just think I'm gonna take the obvious. Might
Mhm.
be a big favorite. And it's a double boot episode, so we could both be right. That could be fun.
Hey.
All right, so that'll be for episode 8. Tune in with us next time for that. Richie, what do we have? We had UFC 327
Hey.
in Miami. A lot of really close
Mhm.
matchups here, which is really exciting.
Yeah.
Maybe not some contenders, but some names that are
Mhm.
on this card, which is good. Do you have any names that stand out that you're looking to you know to put everything on?
I mean, we love watching Kevin Holland fight 6 times a year. He hasn't fought, and probably the longest he has in a while. So I'm excited to see him back out there. He lost his last fight, which means he usually wins the next one. We're excited for him.
All right, Kevin Holland, I like it. I'm definitely Team Yuri, and I hope Yuri pulls it out.
Yep.
But I think Olberg is it makes me want to stay away from it. Let's just say that.
Enjoy the show.
Yeah, it's a little bit of that. Maybe take the under and just go like,
Ooh.
hopefully, I think it's 2.5. Maybe stretch it to 3.5. Put it somewhere, mix it in there. Also, yeah, one of the best weekends of the year, the Masters. We are at the end of day one. Um, what do you have to say at the end of day one? I mean, this goes up probably at the beginning of day three, but where are we at? What are you seeing out there? What are you going to predict is going to happen by Saturday?
I would love to see Sam Burns stay in it,
So, yeah,
just because there's a different name. I like Sam Burns a lot. His game has really improved. I feel like the last year as well. I would like to see Bryson and Rom make the cut. They're definitely pushing it right now. They
cut'll be
get the
low.
help.
Cut'll be
Yep.
low.
You mean high?
Yeah, cut'll be high.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They get the help of playing in the morning tomorrow, which should help them. Got to make your putts. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, yeah, it should be good. I would like to see like a Tommy Fleetwood. I know
Hmm.
he's kind of one. I was also looking at like because I do think the Rory storyline is really satisfying of like chasing a Grand Slam, and I do think Rom is one. Brooks is another one where you're like two away,
Hmm.
and yeah, like Scotty needs like the PGA or something or one of the other
Yeah,
opens, and so yeah, I was trying to figure that out, but. Uh, yeah, it's just crazy because it's hard to figure out how to bet because it's like probably should have
yeah,
bet that the course is going to beat them up a bit today. That definitely would have been the smart
yeah,
pick. Some guys did well. I've been liking the birdie ones because you're not chasing a score. You're just hoping they show up to a hole and go like I'm
yeah.
birdieing this. Those are fun ones to do.
Hmm.
We'll see. We'll enjoy it all. We'll be back next week for episode 8 of Survivor 50. We'll see you then. Richie, will you be back with your buff?
We'll see.
Hey, we will see.